Go ahead.
Okay, welcome to the Audit Finance Committee meeting. We have things that we need to resolve today here. We'll start out with Linda first with our, in your packet, you have the, right in front of all the financial information is kind of the itinerary, what we're doing. So, financial report for the third quarter ending December 31st, Linda.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start off going over the statement of net position. You can refer to the finance report for the page. The quick ratio is of December 31st, 6.28, which is a very favorable improvement since December 2020, when it was at 3.26. Our current assets right now have increased by 11.3 billion, or 44% compared to December 2020. And our current liabilities decreased by 216,000, or 4.6% compared to December 2020. So we're currently at a good net position at this time. Any questions on the statement of net position? Okay. Next is the statement of revenue and expenditures. As of December 31st, we have a $7.7 million gain. Our operating revenues are 6% over budget at this time and 43% over prior year. And although that seems very favorable, it's just a reminder that we are still 32% under our pre-pandemic revenue level. Operating expenses are currently $5.1 million, or 8.6% in the budget. Most of the expenses are trending the same environments. The largest variances in the expenses right now are in our the salaries and wages and our benefit lines, and a lot of that is due to the struggle we have with hiring drivers and mechanics and other employees. Mortgage tax revenues trending very well, about 991,000 this month. If there are any questions, that's it for the statement of revenues and expenditures.
Revenues are good, expenses are good. These are probably some of the best numbers that I've seen in my 17 years here.
Yes.
Fiscally in very good shape, and that mortgage tax revenue is healthy for the local counties. There's movement of real estate transactions, which is that's off the charts from what I remember. But that's a good, especially on a dot and an item. Those numbers are very well.
It is a quarter end, so there are some other statements in the packet as well. In addition to the MRT, the reserves, and the cash flow, there is our age receivables report and a quarterly investment report that we're required to present to you. Currently, we don't have any investments, we just have our money in our accounts. And that's it for the financial statements.
Any questions for Linda? We will report that every 3 months, so.
Tuesday have nightmares. Another dream.
Need a motion to bring to the full board for approval. Robert, second. Tina, all in favor? Aye. Okay.
Aye.
We're gonna stay with the finances here. We're gonna move into approval of opening a bank account at JP Morgan. Linda, can you give a little background on the authority where we had more options with banks years ago and what we're trying to create here?
In the past, we had banking relationships with at least 3 banks. We like to diversify our funds and have relationships with other banks so we can transfer between banks, to earn higher interest rates depending on what they have to offer. But over time, we didn't have the cash, so we ended up closing a couple of the accounts just to save funds. Right now, I'd like to propose opening up a bank account again, establish a relationship with JP Morgan. this would give us the potential to earn more interest on our funds and transfer between accounts. And what I'd like to do is add all the current signators that we have, in addition to adding Melissa Grimm as a signer to this account. I would be the custodian of the account, which gives me, the ability to add services as needed to the account.
Which banks are we currently associated with?
M&T is our current bank.
This would be the second, this would be two.
This would be our
This will be
second.
the second. Okay.
Questions for Linda? Okay, need a motion to adopt resolution 3B to open an account in GB Morgan. Tina? Second?
I'll move. Lane? Carleen?
All in favor?
The next resolution is to authorize Melissa Grimm to be the signer on all of our M&T accounts.
This is mostly just some housekeeping here.
Yes.
Motion to add the signatory. Julia? Second, Tina, all in favor?
Are all the people on the first list on the M&T account also?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
One
this
other
is-
quick question, so.
Yes, go right ahead, Mike.
You need two signatures for a check or just you or?
Over sitting down.
Yes, we do require 2 signatures on a check over $25,000.
It's also important to note too, that the people that can sign the checks can't print the checks.
Okay, yeah. that's
We have safeguards.
The check is
so,
out.
yeah, so you don't have access to that printer capability if you're a signer.
So in accounting, they'll call that internal controls.
Is that your BMW outside, I saw?
Sorry.
That's
Okay.
COVID.
This is kind of interesting, but I think it's good forward thinking for the authority. The, something that I know Brian, Chris and Linda and her team have been talking about is the authorization to establish a capital reserve fund for $5 million. I
You'll
think
notice that a lot of times when resolutions or motions are brought to the board, and the presenter will say that it's, 80-10-10, so 80% federal, 10% state, and then 10% local. We're the 10% local. This is gonna help us set aside that money to cover that.
this is very good. This is very good planning on the finance department. Linda, any comments?
No, you
Okay.
all stole what I was gonna say.
You guys are paying me a lot here, so I want to make sure you're.
Have you not had the funds do this and to separate it out in the past?
Correct.
Yeah, we've never had it.
Okay, any questions? I don't see any. Resolution 3D, I need a motion to authorize establishment of a capital reserve fund. Robert, second, Neil, all in favor? Aye. Thanks, Arlene. Okay, resolution 3E, Caitlin, come on up, take a seat. She's gonna talk to us about the Syracuse Police Security Services. Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. So this resolution for the Syracuse Police Security Services, they do provide an additional service to us at our Syracuse Transit Hub Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. This is in addition to our 24-hour security contracted service currently through Audit Security. So they have been providing this service for the last 6 years, and it has been deemed beneficial to the safety and security of our customers during those peak hours at the Transit Hub. We do reimburse the Syracuse City Police for the hours that their officers are working based upon their negotiated pay schedule, which is roughly $160,000 per year. So it's my recommendation that the board award the Syracuse Police Security Services for a 5-year term.
Why is it over?
Because they're not gonna schedule on-duty officers. If on any given shift, they've got 100 officers out on the street, they don't wanna take 2 of them and plant them at the hub. So they still have to do their regular staffing.
Right.
And we need to hire people on overtime
So they're not including this as part of their regular staff?
No. This is not their regular service, so anybody that gets to sign up for it is signing up for it beyond their regular 40 hours.
So, any more comments on this? You know, we live in a world that I think demands safety these days, unfortunately.
Just one quick question, the time slot of like schools releasing, is that a part of that 1 to 7? Where students more the problem than?
Yeah, you know, they haven't been over the past year or so. We dealt with that, I think it was 2 years ago, Joe?
Yeah.
What we did was
Fall of 20.
We have more direct service down to the schools.
direct service with schools in the
Kids
neighborhood.
necessarily aren't
Yeah.
the reason for this,
Okay.
it's just an overall security issue. It happens to cover some of the time that they may be there.
Understood.
But our big peak time of the day really starts after noon, after 12 o'clock, so between 1 and 7 is really our peak time for transportation. Especially now, as retailers and things, and people aren't working the 9 to 5s anymore. They're working more 12 to 8s, those kind of things, so.
Yeah, we changed the service a couple of years ago when all the flights were happening.
Fair.
So that it's more direct service now, so it's schools in your neighborhood versus schools out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, my concern would be if the problem is students and setting up police officers would be the answer to that, would be problematic. Okay.
This is good, that's a great point.
Seems like the hub, so you'll have triple coverage, right? You'll have Allied on staff, you have the downtown committee security staff, as well as the police department, right?
Plus you have video also.
Downtown committee is
There's
just,
a lot of them.
they'll stop by on occasion, but they're not really there.
Right,
Well, it's not
right,
their
they float.
intent, it's not their intent to be there. You know, Allied, regardless of who else is there, is really observe and report. They really have no authority.
There's no weapons, no.
Strictly security.
If they see something, they say something, that's their role. The officer, you know, for good or bad, has the ability to make change. Or if they make the call that something's wrong, obviously we're gonna get a response that's, you know, worthy of whatever the challenge happens to be at that time, so. It's,
Well, the downtown committee staff is circulating all through downtown. These are dedicated on that site.
Gotcha.
Good, great conversation.
and the other side of it is that in fairness to SPD, they will not work alone. Nor do I blame them. So we do have to have 2 officers on at a time. That's part of the reason why, and Caitlin mentioned the cost. It's a little higher than you might think it might be. But in fairness to them, it's not, to put them in a predicament of being alone is not fair. So that's part of the reason.
Excellent. Okay, need a motion to approve, the Syracuse Police Security Services as resolution 3E. Neil, second, Tina, all in favor? Aye. Good job, Kate.
Aye.
Okay, Linda, anything else?
That's it. Conclude the report.
Okay, that concludes our audit and finance. Let's take a few minutes and then we'll get moving. Thank you.